Peace out, guys. What's up? It is your boy Spooky Noodles, and I am here with another video. Today, I have a book mail video for you. Yep, another book mail video. You're gonna see a few more of these in the next coming days. I should have one, I don't know, tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure one book is coming in. I might hold off on a book mail till I get more books. But I do have a book coming in tomorrow. What else? Yeah, I got some books today. But I have 4 books today. Tomorrow I'm getting 1. Then after that I have books coming in on Friday. And then after that I got books coming in on the 7th of January. So, a lot of books coming on January 7th. At least that's what Amazon says. You know how correct that can be, you know. That's not really precise. It's just what they predict. So, it doesn't mean it's actually going to come out on January 7th. It could come earlier, which is what I'm hoping for. It could come later, which is not what I'm hoping for. I also got this really cool shirt that's coming in the mail. I really shouldn't spoil it, but honestly, I can't wait to show it off. It's just something I bought for a cheap amount of money, and it's a shirt with my with 4 books that I plan to release this upcoming year, and it says Nicholas Gray on it. So it's my first kind of merch shirt. So I'm super stoked for it. Yeah. I'm really stoked about it. I'm going to show it off as soon as it comes in the mail. I might cut the sleeves off it because I hate sleeves. I'm wearing sleeves right now, but that's because my whole wardrobe can't have no sleeves. You know what I'm saying? I have to have shirts with sleeves, and today was one of those days where I wore a shirt with sleeves, and I totally regret it because I don't know about you, but I got fat arms. Like, these are my arms. They're pretty big arms. Now, I'm not muscular or anything, but they're just big arms. Whether it be fat, I do have a little bit of muscle, so yeah, it's just big arms. And then I got these huge shoulders, so it's really hard to wear sleeved shirts, especially when you want to show off your arms and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I feel very uncomfortable when I have shirt sleeves squeezing my arms really tight, and my shoulders just feel awkward with the sleeves on. So I try to cut the sleeves off, and that makes it more comfortable for me. So yeah. But when I get the shirt in the mail, I'm definitely gonna wear it, and I'll fashion it off for you guys. You know, my fat body will be all modeling and shit. It will be awesome. But anyways, let's go back to what this book is, or this video is about, and that's book mail. I got 4 books here for you guys to look at. 4 amazing books, by the way. One is actually bigger than I thought it would be, and one is smaller than I thought it would be. Then the other 2 were exactly what I thought they were going to be, because I saw the page count, you know? But, yeah, one surprised me because I didn't really look at the page count. I just kind of was like, ooh, everyone's buying this book, and it's by 2 authors I know, so I'm going to buy it, you know? So, and that's the first book we're going to show off, and that is Pandemonium. Sorry for the glare. I thought maybe bending it would make it better, but Pandemonium by Lucas Mangum and Ryan Harding, or Ryan Harding and Lucas Mangum. I'll read. Oh my god, I was gonna read the back, but honestly, this is a long ass back. Who wants to read a synopsis like that? Am I right? Let's do it. We got time. Pandemonium. A stranger in a mask walks through Philadelphia, handing out tickets to an underground wrestling show promising a level of violence unlike anything fans have ever seen before. The card features a mix of legends and hot up-and-comers. Most intriguing, it will mark a debut of the energetic, hammer-wielding Crimson Executioner, a monster of a man whose promo videos look like something out of a Saw or Hostel. The crowd enters past masked guards who don't speak. Even the talent doesn't know who funded the show or why. They're happy just so long as the check's clear. None of them know the diabolical plot behind it all. When the executioner murders his opponent in the ring, it soon becomes clear the show is a ritual to open the gates of hell and unleash Pandemonium. Demons rise throughout the venue, using the bodies of the dead as vessels to wreak all manner of brutal carnage. I'm spitting all over the book, I'm sorry. To the book, I'm sorry. You guys, I'm not spitting on you guys, so. Audience members and performers alike must now fight for survival as the contagion spreads all around them, inside the arena and out into the city. In the tradition of Dario Argento's, I can't read today, I'm sorry. Dario Argento's Demon franchise, and set in the world of hardcore wrestling, Pandemonium is a hyper-violent tale of demonic possession, ancient evil gods, and bleeding the hard way. So that's the back right there. You got this chick on there. She's being possessed. At the front, I'm guessing the hammer guy is right here. And these people are all possessed. Really cool cover, I gotta say. I wonder who did the cover art. This is by Deathhead Press, by the way. Or, yeah. Cover art is by Daniela Batcheva. I'm probably saying her name wrong. Batcheva. So, yeah. Pandemonium by Lucas Mangum and Ryan Harding. Or Ryan Harding and Lucas Mangum. I'm reading it backwards, so. Alright, next. We have a book called Splatterpunk Bloodstains, edited by Jack Bantry. This is an anthology from the creator of Splatterpunk Zine. And this one's not going to glare because it's not a glossy cover, so that's pretty neat. I always respect these covers because even though I prefer the glossy covers, these ones are just easy to show off in videos. So, yeah, Splatterpunk Bloodstains. This is part of the Splatterpunk series. I have the other 3 in my little book cabinet thingy. This is the newest one that came out this year. So I'll really quickly read you the back here, but honestly, it's very short. There's not that many authors in here. In fact, I'll tell you what the authors are right now. And what was that say? What does that say? Dedicated to the Splatterpunks. That's cool. So here's the stories that are in this collection. Or anthology, I should say. Same difference. Secrets by Saul Bailey. The Sending by Weil E. Young. The Loft by Paul Shrimpton. Is that really his name? Yeah, that's his name. Getting Away with Murder by Michelle Garza and Melissa Layson. Sorry, I stuttered there. Ill Tendencies by Daniel Eves. I haven't heard of a lot of these authors, except for Weil E. Young I've heard of. Other than that, I haven't heard of any of these guys. Run for Your Life, Nick McCluskey by Nathan Robinson. For some reason, that sounds familiar. I don't know why. His name. Then you have Christmas is Canceled by Dan Hank. Dan Hank. Not Hank. Hank. It sounds like I'm saying the same thing. I don't think I might not be saying anything different. But, yeah, I'll read the back for you guys. But overall, this is just an anthology. Not just an anthology. I love anthologies. But, yeah, this is for Splatterpunk fans. I read Welcome to the Splatter Club, which was really good. Even entered a story in for their second collection, but I doubt I'll make it because my story is more extreme horror than Splatterpunk, but we'll see. Yeah, Splatterpunk, this is Bloodstains. It says at the top, an anthology from the creator of Splatterpunk Zine. I think I already read that part. The cover, who did the cover? The cover art actually was by the cover art was by one of the authors, and that is Dan Hank. The cover layout, I don't know what the cover layout means. I'm guessing that just means the font and stuff. I'm guessing that was done by Mike Dickinson. Then the book layout itself was done by Jack Bantry. Then you have the copyrights for all of the authors. Most of them are all copyrighted for this book in general. Then you have the last 2 books were copyrighted in 2014 and 2012. So yeah, let me read the back for you guys. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I don't, so let's do it. Splatterpunk Bloodstains is the new anthology from Splatterpunk award-winning editor Jack Bantry. Jump in if you dare. Lovecraftian horrors lurk in the loft. What shows up on the doorsteps of unsuspecting townsfolk is far from what they remember in Christmas is Cancelled. Local legend backfires in The Sending, featuring all new tales of extreme horrors from Michelle Garza and Melissa Layson, Saul Bailey, Wiley Young, Daniel Eves, and Nathan Robinson, plus a novelette by Paul Shrimpton and Christmas is Cancelled by Dan Henk. And this is Splatterpunk. I'm guessing publishing or something like that. That's the thing right there. It says Splatterpunk. I know you can't really see it, but it says Splatterpunk. Very interesting book. I can't wait to jump into these books because I'm not in the mood for Splatterpunk at the moment. I was not too long ago. I'm still kind of in the extreme horror mood, but right now it's crime horror I'm into. So like pulp horror, or just that, not pulp horror, but like books like Voodoo Heart by John Everson. There's a book called Yellow coming out by Aaron Beauregard. I just got a book by Mike Carey called like The Devil on the Run or something like that. Demon on the Run, Devil on the Run, one of the two. So I'm looking forward to reading those type of books at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, that's Splatterpunk by Splatterpunk Bloodstains. Alright, next is 2 Rewind or Die books. Now this is by the publisher Unnerving. Or not by the publisher Unnerving. This is produced by the publisher Unnerving. They're an amazing publisher. I'm hoping one day to be published by them, but they're not looking for submissions at the moment, which bums me out. But it is what it is. Oh, if you hear barking, I'm sorry. Someone just entered the house. I think it was, it doesn't matter who it was, but yeah, someone just entered the house, so they're barking like crazy. I might have to go downstairs and grab them. So if I immediately stop the video, that's why. If you see me like get up and like look at the door like that, that's because I was told to do something. So yeah, just giving you a heads up before it happens. But yeah, these 2 next books are part of the Rewind or Die series, which I don't know how long it is. They have a new one coming out soon. In fact, I can look it up for you guys right now. Because I pre-ordered it. Oh, there's also this book called The Wind in My Heart by Douglas Wynn, which is published by, I think, Crystal Lake Publishing. I'm looking forward to buying that one soon, but I don't have the money, so, and I promised myself next week that I'm saving my money, so, yeah. But anyways, let me go to my digital orders, and I got a few ebooks. Maybe I'll talk about those in this video too, but currently they're on book number 22 in the Rewind or Die series. Now none of these books are connected in any way, shape, or form. It's just a series of random authors, or not random authors, just chosen authors, like their work was chosen and they were produced. It's just the line that they're, like if you get published by Unnerving Press or Publishing or Inc. or whatever they are, books, I'm going to say Unnerving Books. If you get published by Unnerving Books, it's going to be part of the Rewind or Die series. So that's really cool, I think. They're on book number 22. And the next book they're doing is Who Will Save Your Soul? It's kind of like, it looks like, well, I can only tell you what it looks like. It has an Exorcist type feel to it, and it's also a possession story, I believe. And this is by Jody Smith. I don't know who Jody Smith is, but I'm always down to read horror from this publisher. It's only 64 pages long. Holy cow. This is horror comedy, by the way, or dark humor. How does it already have a rating and it's not even out yet? That doesn't make any sense. Or did it just come out today? When did it come out? When did it come out? When does it come out? I don't know. Oh, it comes out the 28th, so we're not near it yet. It's at the end of next month, so it's only 64 pages? Really? I might have to check that out. But anyways, I'll read the synopsis for this one later. Maybe I'll talk about the books that I bought, digital orders or ebooks that I bought. But yeah, I got a few, so I'm really excited to talk about them. In fact, let me go to see how many ebooks that I have to talk about here. Geez, I bought a lot. I got a lot of ebooks. So I have a lot of ebooks to talk about. So maybe that will be a separate video. Yeah, definitely a separate video, because I'm looking back now, and I think the most recent video, oh Jesus, oh, this is gonna be so bad on my part. Yeah, this is bad. Here, I think this is where I'm at. I think I talked about An Army of Skin by Morgan K. Tanner, and I think that's the last book I did. I just canceled a book because I just realized I got the book for sorry, that's why I went silent for a second there. I just noticed that I pre-ordered a book that I actually got an early access to, so I don't actually need to buy the book now. So I will probably buy the ebook or paperback if I can get a signed edition by the author, because I like to do that when I get books for review and the author was nice enough to send me a free digital copy. I like to read their book, give an honest review, and if I liked it, I buy the signed copy just as a thank you for, I want to help them out. And I like the book, so, it's a win-win. But yeah, I think I talked about The Horror of Seaward Shores, Punch by J.R. Park, and the other one was by P.A. Douglas. Mountain by William Ollie and Zach McCain. I think Zach McCain might be the artist. And then Killer Con by William Ollie. But yeah, An Army of Skin and What Has Two Heads, 10 Eyes, and a Terrifying Table Manners. It's an anthology of science fiction horror. And then I think I talked about Algorithm of the Gods. I accidentally bought Algorithm of the Gods after, I pre-ordered it, then I got the book early access to the book, and then I forgot to cancel the pre-order, so I have the book legitly. So whatever. I also got The Worm and His Kings by Haley Piper, and then Billy Silver by Daniel J. Volpe, actually. I said his name wrong once. It's Volpe. I know, I like Volpe. It sounds better, but, it's his name, so you can't, you're in the wrong when you say someone's name wrong, So I'm gonna do a separate video for ebooks. I just wanted to catch up. I think I already did the ones I said before. But anyways, wow, we're already almost to 20 minutes. We're at 19 minutes at the moment. So I have 2 more books here to talk about. So I'm gonna talk about them. This book is in the Rewind or Die series. It's glossy, so you're not gonna get a good image here, but it's Haley Piper's, I should say. Benny Rose, The Cannibal King. Now, this one just screams like evil child. This is number 3 of the series in the Rewind or Die series. Now, this is Haley Piper's early work before she blew up with The Worm and His Kings, or whatever the book is called. This is the number 3 in the Rewind or Die series, which is currently at number 22. I hear great things about Piper's writing. Look up Uptown Horror Reviews, review of Haley Piper's The Worm and His Kings, or The King and His Worms, or whatever the story's called. Just look up Uptown Horror Reviews, go through his reviews, and find the Haley Piper review. Very good review, because he's an amazing reviewer. I hate to toot his horn or anything, you know. I don't want to, make him feel weird, you know. But he's a great reviewer. Go check him out. Go check out his review of Haley Piper's book, whatever it's called. This is, like I said, this is Benny Rose, the Cannibal King. I'll first read the blurbs on the back, and then we will read the synopsis. There's some Jamesy hair on here. I don't know why. I literally just opened these not too long ago. Well, I opened them at 1 o'clock, and it's 9 o'clock now, so 8 hours ago. Not that long ago, right? So here we go. A major new voice in the horror genre. This is Gwendolyn Christie, Bram Stoker award-winning author of The Rust Maidens. And then here's another one. Benny Rose is an unforgettable terror. Claire Holland, author of I Am Not Your Final Girl. Here's another one. Piper's sharp prose delivers. Sarah Taintlinger. Tantlinger. Oh my god. I almost said taint liquor. Oh my gosh, that would have been horrible. I'm so sorry. Sarah Tantlinger. Bram Stoker award-winning author of Devil's Dreamland, which I think, wasn't that a poetry collection or poetry about H.H. Holmes, or am I wrong? That might have been something else. But anyways, let me just move on to the synopsis. Here we go. Blackwood, Vermont has one legend on its name, or to its name. Benny Rose, the Cannibal King. Every local kid knows him and tells his stories, especially on Halloween. When a new girl moves to town in the autumn of 1987, the legend inspires high school junior Desiree St. Fleur and her friends to pull a Benny Rose-themed prank. A few laughs and screams, and they'll have a happy Halloween. But a vicious storm crashes into Blackwood and interrupts the festivities. Soon the girls find themselves trapped and haunted in a strange neighborhood where no one will help them. There's nothing made up about Benny Rose this Halloween night. The truth is coming, and it's hungry. And like I said, part of the Rewind or Die series. As you can see, this is Unnerving Books, or what, publishing or press or whatever. It just says Unnerving with the turkey vulture here. This is a publisher I really, really want to be published by, because I haven't read a single book in their publishing line, but I look and read the synopsises, and I'm always paying attention to what they're doing, and I really want to be a part of this this business. So, and on the top, or on the front cover here, it says The Perfect Neighborhood, Silence Smiles. The Perfect Neighborhood, Silence Smiles, Not a Child in Sight. And I jacked that up, but yeah, there you can see it, it's right there. So this is 159 pages long, so it's a short little novel. It did say it was a novel, right? I mean, 100. To me, it all depends on the word count, honestly. But to me, a novel is anything above 150 pages. That's not exactly true. It depends on the word count, you know. I wish people put the word count in the book, you know, so other authors can get a feel on what it is, you know. Because when you're borderline between novella and novel, it's really hard to, you know which way you cross the border, you know. Are you a novella or are you a novel, you know? So, but this is, like I said, it's 159 pages long, so I'm going to consider this a novel. And it's by Haley Piper, which I've heard great things about, so go check her out. Go check her other book out. Go check this book out. Next, we are moving on to the next book, and this lady, I recently watched a interview by. It was an interview with her in it, and the interview was on a YouTube channel called Voices in the Night, I think. Oh boy, if I get this wrong, I'm going to be so mad at myself, but I'm pretty sure it's Voices in the Night. But I could be wrong. Let me scroll down my thingy thing. But when I say thingy thing, I mean my YouTube thing. Visited by Voices. I got it wrong. Visited by Voices did a interview with this person, and they actually had a really good conversation about what's the word I'm looking for? Like voices of minorities, you know, and how awesome the horror genre is with telling like minorities stories, you know, or special voices, or you know, just the people who don't get enough spotlight, you know what I'm saying? They had a good conversation about that, and I really enjoyed it. So go check out Visited by Voices. At least I think that's the channel name. I could be wrong. No, it's definitely that channel. They have 465 subscribers, so obviously they don't need my help at all, or he doesn't need my help at all. But yeah, he's a cool guy, and I recommend you go checking him out. Trying to see if I can find the video he did with the one author. I know he did did he not do a video with? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. No, he did a video with him. He's right there. He did a video with Richard from Are You Into Horror? But right here is, I found it finally. He did a video with V Castro is her name. I don't know what her first name is. It's something Castro though. V Castro. And the book we're going to talk about is it sounds amazing, and I can't wait to show it to you. It's number 5 in the Rewind or Die series, and that's V Castro, Hairspray, and Switchblades. And of course, the glare is going to ruin the pretty looking cover. You have a girl on a stripping pole, which doesn't really scream horror. Neither does the title. Neither does the author's name. But you know it's a Rewind or Die book, so you know what you're going to get. So, unless you don't know, then if you don't know, now you know, homie. Anyways, on the front it says, you can't have a heart of gold if you have the heart of a jaguar. How awesome is that quote? So I'm going to read the back for you guys. There's no blurbs, unfortunately, which kind of stinks because V Castro probably deserves a lot of props because she's like one of those unheard voices, and she honestly deserves the spotlight. But anyways, this book comes in at 135 pages. So I'm definitely going to put it in the TBR soon with Haley Piper's Benny Rose, The Cannibal King. I don't know where I'm going to put them in the thing. Like, currently I'm into crime horror, or crime with some extent of horror or brutality in it. So think Slob by Rex Miller, or the books I'm currently reading, Voodoo Heart by John Everson, which is more crime than horror. But that's good because that's what I'm going for with my story I'm currently writing. I'm trying to draw inspiration and, you know, get the feel of what it is like to be a private investigator or a detective, you know. For my story, he's a private investigator. He worked with the police for a long time doing gang things. He was a gangster when he was a kid, and he became a undercover cop, basically. Not really an undercover cop, but he was like a, I don't know what you want to call it, double agent. He was like a private eye. He would be recruited to these gangs because of his extreme unhuman strength, because he has this disability, or not disability, but he has this deformity, and because of it, he has this unruly strength, or not unruly, but he has this amazing strength, and with it, basically is like a bouncer, or was a bouncer type guy, and yeah, he I don't want to talk too much about my writing. Maybe I'll do that at the end here, but I'm really looking forward to writing this book, and yeah, I'll talk more about it later. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Hairspray and Switchblades by V. Castro. Like I said, very, very fun book. I hear, at least. V. Castro's also written 2 other books, I think, but she's also been featured in a lot of collections, or not collections, anthologies. So yeah, let me read the damn synopsis though for Hairspray and Switchblades by V. Castro. So here we go. When Maya, how you want to say her name? Maya. When Maya and Magdalena lose their parents to a home invasion, Magdalena puts her dreams on hold and turns to exotic dancing. Cash is what the sisters need to stay together and keep Maya in an elite Catholic high school that has set her on the path for an athletic and academic college scholarship. These sisters come from a bloodline of Jaguar shifters from Mexico and have gained unwanted attention. The San Antonio stripper ripper is stalking the streets, out for a specific kind of blood. Though Magdalena trades in skin, there is no way she will allow anyone to own her. Steamy, bloody, dangerous, Hairspray and Switchblades. What more could a girl need to survive the hot streets? Dun dun dun. Yes, this book is hot, steamy, and hopefully bloody. Like I said, it's a very short book coming in at 135 pages. I like these type of books. This is definitely this is also probably a novel, but because it's under 150 pages, I'm gonna consider it a novella. It doesn't tell me anywhere that it's not that, you know. So, and let me see. Oh, see, it probably had the opportunity to be a novel, page length novel, but you got chapters like this. Why is that like that? I don't like that. Is the other one like that too? I'm gonna have to check. But I like it when the chapters are on their own pages, like, you know. I don't like this. I don't like seeing this. So I don't know if maybe if that was an accident or if that's just how they formatted the book. But yeah, it's kind of annoying, to be honest with you, seeing that. This book could have been a longer page length if they just did the formatting a little better. But that's besides the point. I'm trying to see anywhere on here if it says if it's a novella or not. But I do not see that anywhere. But that's V. Castro's Switchblades and or Hairspray and Switchblades. And I'm gonna check really quickly to see if this one is formatted differently. If it is, and why did I get a copy that wasn't formatted correctly? Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, this one's the same way. So it's just the formatting they used. Probably I'm not gonna knock up any stars for that. It's just, I guess it's more of a personal thing, you know. I just like seeing my chapters separated on different pages, you know. So, but yeah, I'm very excited to read these 2 books in the Rewind or Die series. And don't worry, you're gonna see more of the Rewind or Die series coming up soon. I plan on owning more of these books. I may or may not have already ordered a couple more of the series. So, yeah. And that is my book mail. I will do a separate video for ebooks. This book mail video went a little bit longer than I expected. And I'm about to probably talk about a little bit about, I don't want to go too long, but I'm going to talk a little bit about my writing. So, my writing. I get asked a lot, like, how much did you write today? And, how's the writing going? That's a really common one. And, you know, people always kind of laugh and poke fun about how I'm always working on a new book and not releasing anything. So I just want to clear things up. I have a lot planned to release in 2021. I'm looking over here, but the camera's over here. I have a lot I'm going to be releasing in 2021. I have a Halloween collection, which comes out in October. I'm still working on it, but it's basically finished. You will see old stories from past collections in it, and you will see new stories from not new collections, but you will see, it's like, there's one story in the Halloween collection that you probably already read. It's called Trunk or Treat. That was in Gray Matter, revised edition. It was in both editions, but I like to shout out the revised edition when I can, because it's so much better than my first edition. Like, I promise to anybody who read the first edition, go read the revised edition. If you don't want to, then don't. Just wait for my next piece of literature or work or whatever. Because I promise you, I've gotten better, and I've gotten better teammates on my crew. And yeah, or crewmates on my team. So it's it's coming along though. The writing, that is. And I've gotten better. I've gotten a lot better. So good that it's hard to write short stories now, because I'm working on a lot of things. And the more I work on it, the more I'm going to improve. That being said, I don't know how a lot of these authors, like with their debuts, how they go from like really good to just continuing to get better and better. Like, there has to be some authors out there like me that start off crappy, Like, I started off writing creepypastas and I worked myself up. I'm not saying anything bad about creepypasta writers. There's a lot of amazing ones. I listen to creepypastas every night. But what I'm saying is I worked my way up the chain. I went from writing creepypastas, just posting them onto creepypasta websites. Then I went and kind of improved and started writing for the No Sleep, or not No Sleep. For the Reddit's No Sleep. Not the podcast though. I wish, but I got a rejection from them. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just really excited to be writing again. I didn't write anything really today. I mean, I wrote a little bit at like 5 o'clock in the morning, or 4 o'clock in the morning, I should say. I wrote a little bit of I realized I introduced a character and I didn't even tell you what they looked like. And I usually like to leave that up to the reader's imagination, like, oh, here's the guy. Make up your own attributes, But this time I was like, you know what? Let's just talk about him for a second. Let's waste 2 or 3 paragraphs just talking about what he looks like, And I think I did a good job. Plus, my cover artist that I'm using right now, he needs to know what the guy looks like. And I was like, well, all I can tell you is that he has a cleft hand. But no, he needed more than that, so I decided to go back and write a little bit. I can actually tell you how many pages I have currently. I have to move my phone for a second, so I apologize. Currently in my, I'm calling it a noir horror story at the moment. But that's not technically what it is. I'm almost done with page 19. Now that I'm looking at it, I thought I was a little farther along, but I'm on page 19. I've written 6,086 words. Last night I wrote, I want to say 500 words, or this morning I should say, I wrote like 500 words. Not a lot at all, but I was able to pump out 500 words, and that's something. Better than nothing, right? So, yeah, the last thing I wrote was, can we talk somewhere more private? Now, you can take that out of context if you want, I don't know. But, I didn't give you any context, so go wild with that. But, I've only let one person read what I've had so far. I've changed the name from Noir Gore Galore, which was a perfect name for a bizarre, story. But it's just no longer that. I changed it to Oddballs, which is which in the story it talks a lot about this group that's called the Oddballs, which is like kind of like an underground community of people with deformities, and they all exist in Michigan. well, they exist throughout the Midwest, I should say. And yeah, I did a really good job with the original cover I made up, but at the same time, I feel like it's more serious of a novel than I'm giving credit for. Like at first, it was just gonna be a fun, bizarre novel. In fact, I already had the ending chosen. Like me and my friend chose the ending to be that Chuck Norris comes in and just randomly kicks the guy in the nuts and basically gives a drug PSA. And then leaves randomly. It's like the most random shit ever. And I was even gonna hint in that in the beginning, like Chuck Norris will save the day. That's how I was gonna start up the story, like that was gonna be the opening 9. Like I had no clue that day that Chuck Norris would come in and save the day. That was gonna be the opening line, something like that. Not verbatim, obviously, but yeah, I scratched that idea, obviously, because I don't know if I'm allowed to use his name. It's probably like, what do you want to call it? Not copywritten, but, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for, guys? It's just not, I just probably can't use his name is what I'm trying to get at. My story is called, I don't know whether to call it The Oddballs or just Oddballs. I'm leaning towards just Oddballs, so it's just going to be Oddballs. Oddballs by Nicholas Gray. And I even wrote a dedication to my friend who I came up with this story with. It's a really good story. If you don't know what it's about, I'll really quickly tell you a quick synopsis. I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to give out my ideas to people, especially when it's not finished yet. It's 19 pages long with 6,000 words, so we're getting close, but at the same time, I have a prologue, a chapter 1, and then I'm on chapter 2, so I still have a long way to go. So, but that being said, the book opens up with this guy being chased by something. I don't really say what it is, but he's being chased. My mom's yelling for my sister, so I apologize for that. And yeah, sorry if you can hear them. They're thin walls, So, yeah, it starts off with a guy named Marcus Herbert who is being chased through Detroit. He doesn't know why he's being chased, but he's being chased, and this guy's chasing him, trying to kill him. That's all I can really say about the prologue because I don't want to give away anything really. I do mention a few things about Detroit, but the story doesn't really take place in Detroit. It kind of takes place in well, I don't know where it really takes place. I'm thinking maybe somewhere down south of Michigan, like near the border of Ohio, just so I can have my friend probably make a cameo. No, I'm just kidding. You know who you are, Jay. I was gonna make my friend do a cameo, but I don't want to, do that without his consent. But yeah. Starts off with the guy. By the way, the guy who's being chased through Detroit and the guy who's trying to kill him. The guy who is being chased, he's a albino. So it just gives you an idea of what the prologue's like. But basically, I'll give you the synopsis of the overall story. So the overall story is about Okay, sorry. Here's the synopsis. Or what I have so far. I haven't really gathered much of a synopsis yet because I'm still writing the story. For all I know, it's going to take a left and a right turn and not a right and a left turn. So I could be going into a different direction entirely, up, down, and then right, left, or, whatever Mortal Kombat combination you want to throw in there. Yeah, I am working on this story, and it's going well, but let me tell you the synopsis. That's what I'm trying to get at. I don't know what's taking me so long to talk about it, though. Why is the header different on this page than it is on any other page? There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, I fixed it. So what is Oddballs about? Oddballs is a story about this guy named Dom. Dom is a private investigator. He used to work for the police. He was an undercover agent that would go into gang and be an affiliate for them and do dirty work, and he would spy on people and give tips to the police, and he was a bug basically. They would plant him in dangerous situations, and he would come out with information for the police, and then the police would slowly take down the gang. He used to be part of a gang called the Untamed, and one day he got into some shit, and he worked with the police, and ever since then, he worked with the police. But then one day, he retired. 5 years he retired from the force, or whatever you want to call it, as an undercover agent. He just retired. Then he retired from exercising, and he started acquiring a new thing called eating fast food and donuts. And he just got out of shape. And he has a cleft hand, or if you will, a crab hand, which is why I had a crab hand on the cover of the book. But basically, he has this hand style which has pinchers instead of hands. Like 3 of the fingers are connected together, and then these then you have the thumb. So you have like this crab looking hand, and it's his right hand. So he's left-handed, obviously. Yeah. Don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, that's what Dom looks like. I have this whole paragraph or 2 or 3 just describing Dom. But Dom is what you call a private investigator now. He just opened up his own business, and he's got the not recommendations, but the oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? He's got, I'm just gonna say awards, but that's not what I'm looking for, because obviously they're not awards. He's got the it's right on my tip of my tongue. Acclimation? I can't think of the word. It's like right there, but I can't think of it. But anyways, he has what it takes to be a private investigator. He's been through the police force as an undercover agent, and yeah. And even though he's lost his, he stopped working out, and he's been eating like crap, he's got a belly now, and he looks more like an Italian mobster than he does a bouncer. I didn't write that in the story, but I really should now that I'm thinking about it. It's actually a pretty good description, but yeah. Sorry. I haven't even talked about the synopsis yet, so I apologize. The synopsis basically is Dom. Someone comes into his work one day while he's about to shut down the shop. Not shut down the shop, but just close up for the day. Someone comes in at the last second and basically tells them that they have a problem, and that is that their little underground community is being hunted by a serial killer. People in their community is being hunted by a serial killer, and their community is called the Oddballs, or just Oddballs, if you will. And the Oddballs are just people who look different in some shape or form, or are different in some shape or form. They have deformities or rare skin conditions and stuff like that. And they're being killed for being different. And I didn't realize this was going to be such a personal story to me. I didn't realize this was going to be a personal story for me, but it ended up being a personal story. So yeah, just because I have, a disability and stuff like that. So, and I've been viewed as being seen as different. So, writing the story, I didn't realize how much it was going to affect me, and it might just be because I had my medicine changed and I've been more emotional lately. Been very emotional lately, and this story is really getting to me in some places. I haven't even written the stuff that I'm thinking about writing, but it's just it's just very very tear-jerking at moments, just thinking about what I'm gonna write. Even the prologue kind of got me a little bit because, you know, I'm emotional at the moment. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's a tear-jerking scene. I'm just saying that I relate to the book a little bit more than I should, and I am a very emotional person at the moment. So, yeah, that prologue really hurt me to write. Sorry, thin walls. What you gonna do, right? Hold on 1 second. We have Lula in the house. Hey, Lula. But yeah. Basically the story is about Dom and him trying to find and track down this killer and stop him in his reign of terror. I'm gonna have to throw in a few characters here and there just so there's like a few, not red herrings per se. Ooh, excuse me. I wouldn't really call them, maybe they are red herrings. I don't know what to call them yet. There's just gonna be a lot of characters where I'm just going to throw in a lot of characters in this one, because I'm not used to throwing in a lot of characters in stories. Like, Triad, for instance, has 3 characters at the most, and then you have the ghosts and villains and stuff like that. I'm not used to having a lot of characters in books, and part of that is because I personally don't like books with a lot of characters. You know, there's a lot to keep track of and stuff like that, and it just gets tiring, and I get bored of books with a lot of characters. But, that being said, this book needs more characters, like a lot more characters, because I plan on killing a lot of people off. I'm probably going to do something where, like, in between chapters, like every 2 chapters, it's just from the victims, a new victim's point of view, maybe, where the serial killer is chasing them down while Dom is looking for them. I haven't really decided how I'm going to finish this story. I have kind of an idea, but yeah. I already kind of hinted at one person that could possibly be the killer, but it's such a small little, not hint, just a small little, maybe hint. That's not the word I want to use, but that works. It's like a small little reference to something that is so menial and not really a big deal at all. But in a crime story, you have to think about everything, you know? Like, everybody is a suspect until proven otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, I can't make Dom the killer, because that makes no sense, you know? Why would he be trying to track himself down? And that's, of course, he didn't know he was the killer. Maybe he had a double personality or something, but I mean, that's a possibility. That's not a bad idea, but I'm not gonna do that. I have a few ideas. I gotta add a few more characters in the mix. It could be gang related. It could be just some serial killer going off. Maybe it's a serial killer who has a deformity and wants to be special, and they found this group of oddballs, and because of them, he's not special. See, there's a lot of things I can do with this. The killer is probably the biggest character in the book, and I haven't even thought him up yet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I haven't really thought up a serial killer yet. I haven't even really thought up of a name yet. All I know is the police don't really care because they're not sold that each victim is connected in some way, even though it's painfully obvious, you know, painfully. So in order to track them down, this girl who is losing her friends left and right because of this serial killer. Sorry, Lula's crying. Oh, she's such a crybaby sometimes. Such a crybaby. But, sorry this video is so long, by the way. It's, I have to think of a serial killer name. I have to think of, motivations. I gotta think up what the character actually looks like. I gotta think of, like, motivations is the biggest one, though. Because, you know, you can't just have some random guy just randomly killing people because of no reason at all, you know? Like, every killer has a reason for killing. Unless, of course, you're like... No, every killer really has a reason for killing. You know, I mean, sometimes their victims are just totally random, but there's a reason why they're killing, you know? Whether it be their poor upbringing or their mental condition, and they feel like they want to eat people to gather souls or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, killers kill for reasons, you know? It's not just for no reason at all. So I have to think of reasons why this guy does what he does. And once I figure out what he does, I have to make sure that the reader can't figure it out until the end of the book. You know what I'm saying? But I have to throw in a lot of red herrings. So this is going to be probably the most character-driven story I've written. Maybe not character-driven per se, but the biggest character story I have, because there's going to be a lot of characters in this one. A lot of characters in this one. And I'm a little worried because I've never tried to do something like this before. I have a lot of ideas for this book. A lot of ideas. So basically, Dom, his closest family is his brother and his niece. They mean the world to him. He's never been married and never had a girlfriend, really. So this is his family. His little family unit is his brother and his niece, you know? They're just tight. And, yeah. It's a lot of fun writing this story so far. I don't know how far I'm going to get into it before I take a break and write something else. I do that a lot. I've just been bouncing back and forth between a lot of stories. What you gonna do, right? I'm bouncing back and forth between a lot of stories, and like I've been bouncing between Triad, which has nothing to do. Brad Proctor asked me earlier in a stream if it had anything to do with the gangs in China or something like that. I had no idea anything about that. I just know that Triad means a group of three, or something like that. A team of three, or a squad of three, or something of three. And that's what the group of paranormal investigators decide to call their paranormal investigation team. Triad. So, yeah. Then you have the crime noir story that I'm writing, the noir horror story, if you will. That's going well. Like I said, it's called The Oddballs, or just Oddballs. Ugh, excuse me, I ate earlier and now I'm burping like crazy. What else? Space Waste, I'm kind of working on. I'm trying to think of like, just like Triad, I'm thinking about what's going to happen next in Space Waste. Like, every time I think for a while, I eventually come up with a good idea, and then I write up to it, then write it, then I stop again. You know what I'm saying? And that's the easiest way I found to write and control my ideas, because I, unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends on how you look at it, I have too many ideas. Or maybe not too many ideas, it depends on how you look at it. I have a lot of ideas. And, I just got a notification that my Detroit Pistons lost by 10 points. Groovy. What was I saying? Space Waste and Triad, I'm just waiting for ideas to pop into my noggin. I just have a lot of ideas, and it's hard to keep track of them. Right now, I'm trying to write short stories also. So I'm writing a short story about this guy who goes on a ride with his friend and something goes awry. It's for a carnival anthology, a dark carnival anthology. and I'm looking forward to writing it. Is it going to be good? I don't know. Is it going to reach the word count limit? I don't know. But if anything, if it doesn't get accepted or it's not long enough, then I'll just throw it into my collection that I'm going to release next year, which is almost done. Actually, it's pretty much done. I just need to get 2 more stories edited, and then it's done. The stories in Gray Matter 2, by the way, if you want to know, these are going to be the stories in Gray Matter 2 so far. It's Vampires Bowl Free, Chilean Centipede, Field of Fiends, and what is the last one? I forget what the last one is. Vampires Bowl Free, Chilean Centipede, Field of Fiends, and The Brain of Ivory Banks. So those are the 4 stories in Gray Matter 2. I know only 4, but 2 of those are novelettes, so, they're longer stories, really. So take what you will, I guess. If you like longer stories, then you might like this collection better than the first edition. Or, well, the revised edition, I should say. The first edition, the first Gray Matter, I should say. You will probably like Gray Matter 2 better. If you liked Gray Matter a lot, then you probably won't like Gray Matter 2. That's just how it's going to go. Gray Matter 2 is going to be a lot of fun to write, but I might add more stories to it. Like, I'm writing a lot of Halloween stories, and those may or may not go. They're going in their own collection, a Halloween collection, so I don't really want to put those stories in the Gray Matter edition, Gray Matter 2, I should say. So I don't know if I want it to be only 4 stories in Gray Matter 2, but I don't know. I'm not really sure if I want it to be 4 stories or not. It could be 5 if I add in the Dark Carnival story I'm writing. Right now it's called Nitro Lane or Nitro Train. Nitro Train is the name of the ride that the kids go on. So yeah. Yeah. I think that's enough of writing news. I can't think of much more. I also started a short story for a collection or an anthology called A Pile of Heads, A Pile of Bodies. I don't think my story is good enough, though, but I'm going to work with it and see if I can produce something that is worth reading. But for now, it's not really worth reading. It's kind of crummy. We'll see, though, if I can turn it around. But yeah, I want to talk about Oddballs for one more second, and then I'm going to end the video by showing off the books again. Oddballs is a lot of fun, but definitely needs a lot of help. So if anyone wants to early access to this book, let me know. It will be unedited when you read it, so if you have any problems with the edits, you can let me know, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for your input on the story itself. Just to let you know, I don't plan things out when I write things. I do have a little, I write a lot of notes, but I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't plot anything out, so I kind of just go and go and go until I stop, So yeah, so if you guys want early access and just to see what my writing is like before editing, and which you might already know because Gray Matter, the first edition that wasn't revised, the first edition was not really edited because I either screwed up or the editor screwed up. But anyways, me and that editor kind of separated and went our own ways. And now I have a new editor, and I've learned much more than I have before, so my work is better now. I don't remember why I was bringing all this up, but basically what I'm trying to say is that my work is better than it used to be. So if you would like early access to my book Oddballs by me, Nicholas Gray, let me know. Yeah. Right now I'm on page, I'm on chapter 2 on page 19. And it's going wonderful so far. I don't know why I had to just save it right there. I don't know if I corrected. Oh, yeah, I did correct something. Never mind. Yeah. That's enough for writing news. Oh, let's pull out the books that I am in love with. Don't know when I'm going to get around to some of these books, but I'm definitely putting the Rewind or Die books on the, top of my TBR. So here you guys go. Let me just really quickly, yep. So you got Hairspray and Switchblades by V. Castro, Benny Rose, The Cannibal King by Haley Piper, Splatterpunk Bloodstains edited by Jack Bantry, and Pandemonium by Ryan Harding and Lucas Mangum. These are my book mail video. This is a book mail video, a very long-ass book mail video. But hey, you get what you get, right? I made a new thumbnail for the book mail videos. I like this one a little bit more. It's not better, but I like it more. So I hope you guys are enjoying your reads a lot, because I know I haven't read that much in the past couple of days. But, well, I can actually see the spit flying out of my mouth right now. But, yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a great and spooky night. I don't even know my own outro. I'll check you out. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I have one book coming in the mail for sure. Other than that, though, I don't know what else is coming in the mail. So, I have a book in Illinois and a book in Ohio. So maybe they might be here tomorrow. I don't know. The one book that's coming tomorrow for sure is in Brownstown, Michigan at the moment. So, and that's not that far away. So, yeah. So I should be getting the book mail soonish. January 7th for sure will be a book mail. I don't know how many books will be in it, but there will be a book mail on January 7th. And yeah. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I already said the outro, so peace out.